and the older generation would not get that. It's because the older generation says potato and we say French fries. We want a variety. We want to have it all.
Hi, I'm Nicole Chen, and you're on my talk show, Says It All. And today we have a special guest, Shaun, who is a producer of Singapore Social on Netflix. Today's topic is, are we more open-minded than our previous generation?
It's an obvious yes, but that's what we're here to discuss.
Yeah. So maybe let's talk about something that we all would know. Our parents would always say, when are you getting married?
Yes! 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 Yes!
We've all heard that before.
So I know for a fact that the previous generation would always want to get married by like what? 21? 22, 23, right? A lot of us now are not into getting married so early.
It's still too young for us at 30, yeah.
So I think a lot of us, we want to concentrate more on our career, making money.
Getting married isn't it's not the consideration for most young people, I feel, now, as opposed to what it was in the yesteryears, when everybody would get married when, 20, you're too old. You're supposed to have 2 children by now.
Yeah.
It's just a complete different era that we are living in as opposed to when it was before. That's why they can be grandmothers at 40 versus us, where we want to have children at 40 in the very least, It's just a very different understanding and ideology of how people used to be and how we are now with technology and everything taking over, wanting to be better as an individual and focusing on career as opposed to family.
I know people like change partners, like changing your underwear. It's like next day I don't like you, or next day I like you, or they get bored fast, so but then the older generations will never do that.
It was unheard of for them.
Yeah, and then they just get married, right?
Yeah, and if one of the partners died, that's it. It's taboo to find a new part.
Yeah.
It's such a different time. But yeah, I do feel like any situation where it's okay to be promiscuous for the younger generation because that's what they feel that they want to do, explore their bodies, enjoy themselves. Yeah. And the older generation would not get that. It's because the older generation says potato and we say French fries. We want a variety. We want to have it all.
So what do you think about cohabiting? It's like a younger generation now, so everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna live with you first and try it out before I even marry you.
I'm so glad you brought that up. My best friends, Sarah and David, just got their lease yesterday. And it's to cohabitate and live together. That's so prevalent in Singapore because you do not know how it is to live with the person. You might be in love with the person, you might be in a relationship with the person, but until you physically live with them in the same household and experience the whole entire comprehension of living together, you don't really know what the gravity of the state would be. So that, I think, is very important. That's not just for young generation, that's for everyone across the board. They need to live with the person, I strongly believe, so that relationship you could either work out or not. It's the same with career, right? The older generation, when it comes to relationships, they have one partner and then that's it. With work, they have one job and it's just that's it for the rest of their lives. They have one career and they do it for 37 years, 58 years, and then they might go further up in that one industry or in that one job versus us.
Yeah, the younger generation.
Trying everything out, being the jack of all trades and the masters of everything. Complete opposite. We want to make sure that we are experts in every different field and be well-rounded in each of it to the best of our abilities. I don't know personally anyone with the same job for more than 5 years of our generation or the millennials. We get bored easily, whether it's with a partner or in a firm. We just want to try things out. So I just want to put it out there that there's nothing wrong with close-mindedness. Since we're having the banter about how the generational gap is such that a lot of the younger generation is open-minded and the older generations are not, it's actually not a bad thing that they aren't, because this is for us to meet in the middle. There's no right or wrong, it's just having both spectrums of understanding how the other different generation feels.
So in conclusion, what I feel that about being open-minded and close-minded, it's actually all about different perspective on situations, like depending on what it is, like your clothes, your fashion, technology,
marriage, sex.
Yes. So it really depends on the situation.
But I also feel Singapore is uniquely individual to us having that generational gap. You know, having that mix of old and new, having that juxtaposition of traditional versus futuristic. And that's always been our go-to thing. That's us, uniquely Singapore. Oh my god, advertisement.
Thank you, Shaun, for...
Oh my god, you're so welcome. Thanks so much for having me. This is absolutely so great. I'm so glad you're doing this.
You really opened my mind.
Oh, you really closed mine.
So, please like, share and comment, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye. Bye.